Welcome back to another video. Finally, it's an S2 video. I've been waiting, probably like everyone else, because the S2 videos seem to be the most popular. I've been waiting for ages to get on this. And finally, we've had a free morning, so we're gonna get on, we're gonna get the cam belt done, and then all I've got to do is oil change, caliper, and I can get it on the road. So anyway, enough talking, let's get on with it. Well, we're only a few minutes in and I've already found a problem. A broken headlight. And this is what the headlight should look like. Two securing points on the bottom of the headlight. One there and one over there. Another little surprise, no bulb or bulb holder where the bulb should be in the indicator. Right, we're just on the last few bolts now, ready to get the bumper off. So once the fog lights are out, we can access the two 13mm behind the fog lights to remove the bumper. Next up, we're removing the wiring loom that runs across the front of the cross member. It's for the headlights. The more I get into this, it's just been hashed back together. None of it's been done particularly well. It's like missing bolts and stuff, you know, missing. It's fine. It's only a couple of bolts. It's just bit of a shame. Oh well, just got to take this off now. This is a really weird setup right on these. So this front panel cross member thing is actually a boost channel. So the intercooler goes through this. They still use this now, like on like Passats and what else? A4 stuff like that, where the front panel is part of the boost system. So yeah, this all comes off in one, so I'm just going to take these bolts out now, remove that, and hopefully then we've got some access to the cam belt, which we still can't get yet. I probably would have had one by the time this video goes out, but I'm going to check the forum. I'm going to try the S2 forum because they're always good on there, and see if anyone knows where I can get a cam belt kit for this car, because everywhere I've rang, TPS, Eurocar Parts, GSF, no one can get one. Right, you're supposed to, basically, this is where we're at. So I've managed to get the whole front end off. I can't get this belt released because it's just all rusty. So we're going to take the pulley off, which you do need a special tool for. So can't really see that here, but there's a special tool that goes in there and locks there, so you can get a bar on that. But I've got a pretty tasty snap-on electric gun. So we're going to see if we can blast this off. The gun will supposedly undo 1,000 Newton meters or something like that. So we'll put it to the test, because apparently these are a right bitch to get off. So go get the gun, let's see if we can get this off. There we go. I've seen people hanging off of these, hanging off of them with this tool locked in here to get these off. Right, next thing, we're going to take these very rusty Allen key bolts off so I can take this pulley off without taking the actual crank pulley for the cam belt with it. Normally cars these days have got a rubber cover over these to stop this, but okay, so now the crank pulley's off, we're going to start removing all the casings and anything that gets in the way of us getting access to that cam belt. Okay, so here we are. Belt is off. We're all marked up. These are not the factory markings. There's actually a little thing, little dot there with that, but it doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't move from this position, it's fine. You don't have to actually set it to the factory position because there's no way of locking any of this like you would do normally. So there's no locking stuff to lock the cam or the crank. So as long as it doesn't move from the positions that I've marked, it'll be fine. So we're just going to get the belt put back on now, and that's it. And then we can start putting it back together. Really weird, this engine setup. So this is the first engine I've ever done a cam belt on where there isn't a tensioner. So you've got no tensioner. This is like an idler, water pump, and yeah, that's it. I mean, you've got, that's your lot. There's no tensioner. So I'm online trying to find a cam belt kit, and there's no such thing. There's a cam belt, a separate tensioner, a separate idler, and a water pump, and that's it. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this belt back on. I'm going to get this built back up. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. And then we're nearly there. All we've got to do then, change the oil and replace the rear caliper that's leaking, and I can actually drive it. Right, in true Euro car parts fashion, it's the wrong belt. Yeah, so this is apparently the only belt they list. It don't fit. Let me show you what it should look like. And here it is. Oh look, nice and tight. That's the original belt, obviously. So, I mean, the thing is, right, with this belt, it does look like it's new, like everything else. So it was just, I was only doing it for a peace of mind kind of thing, just so I know that it's been done. But obviously you can see that it's been done. So we might even have to just stick with this if we can't find another belt. So I guess that's it for today then. Right, the day is not entirely lost. I have got something else that I really do need to do, which I've been meaning to do for a while, and that is get these keys cut. These are genuine, original Audi keys, because obviously the lock had an issue and I had to ditch the keys. So the lock did come with some new keys, but they're not Audi ones. So I'm going to shoot on down to a place called Wessex Locksmiths. They're a local company, and we're going to get these cut. Okay, so here we have the original key that came with the new lock in the machine. And what's happening at the moment, the machine is actually mapping the key. So it's taking a reading of all the high spots, the low spots, and then it sort of transfers it into a digital image ready to be printed onto the new key. So here's the new key blank being cut. So it's basically like a CNC machine. It's using that digital image it took from the reading of the key to just basically cut it into a new one. And there we have it, a brand new key. Right, we're back at the workshop. It's time to try out the new key. Hopefully it works. Whee! Perfect. Lovely. I've still obviously got to keep this one around, which is the original key, because just in case anything goes wrong, I can still, gosh, bloody stiff that is. I can still unlock and lock the doors if the key fob goes down. Okay, well, we're sort of a bit stuck now. I've done all I can with this car for the minute. So I think we'll cut it there. We'll do a little two-part thing. So part one and then part two will be putting it back together and actually driving it, because I'm still waiting on the caliper and stuff like that. So I will do it in two parts. But before you go anywhere, as promised, I said if the well, we did a couple of them. The previous video, if it reached 150 likes, or was it even 100? Who knows? If it reached a certain amount of likes, I'd tell you how much I paid for the car. So what I paid for the car was, let's break it down. So I actually won the car. I think it was for 8,200. I actually got a phone call from someone at Copart basically saying, look, you didn't meet the reserve. The reserve was 10 grand. What can you do? And I said, well, I don't really want to come up too much because the fees are a lot. We're talking like 700 quid in fees. So buyer's fee, lot retrieval fee, bidding, internet bid fee. There's loads of them. You've got to be careful when you buy from Copart. Just keep that in mind when you buy from Copart, because there are a lot of fees. So you might think, oh, I won that for 8,200. But by the time I'd finished, it was negotiated. We sort of I came up to 8.5 grand. So by the time it got to me, it was 9.5 grand. So it was 9.5 grand. That includes private company to pick it up, because I didn't use Copart because they're too expensive. So there was a private company to go and collect it from Wolverhampton. So all in all, to my door, I paid 9.5 grand for this car, which is a massive, massive gamble, considering I bought it blind, and there's no comebacks with Copart. If you buy a piece of shit, that's your problem. So basically, if you go back to them and say, well, what's it? And they go, nah, tough, it's all yours. So it's a huge gamble to take, 9.5 grand. Luckily for me, it has worked out all right. It's all like really minimal damage and stuff like that. Well, I say damage, it's not even damage, it's just a couple of tweaks that's needed to just sort of put it back straight again. Yeah, and a bit of maintenance. So all in all, I would say, I estimate probably this car is worth, at the moment, somewhere around, very low end, 16, but more likely 18, possibly 20. Just because it's so bloody clear. I mean, I reckon I could get 20. Not that I'm gonna. This is a keeper. This is not a car to sell like the other cars. I will be keeping this car, well, as a toy and an investment as well. So yeah, I won't be selling it, but I reckon if I did, I reckon I could get 18 tomorrow for that car. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments. You know, tell me I'm dreaming. It's always nice and refreshing to hear that. You know, you're dreaming, mate. You ain't gonna get that. Especially when you're selling a car. You know, you put a car up for sale and you'll get some random person message you telling you their thoughts. You didn't even ask for them. They're quite happy to share their thoughts. But anyway, I'm asking you, if you fancy it, whatever, let me know what you think. I reckon I'll get, if I was to sell it, 18 to 20. But let me know your thoughts. I'm not an expert on these S2s, so anyway. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for being patient and waiting for this, because obviously it's taken a bloody long time. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, and also see you in part 2, which will hopefully be in a couple of days' time. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you later.